Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets, still sitting here on the campsite. If you've seen some previous reviews out here, it's because I am participating in my beer guild's beer dinner. If you've heard this probably sometimes on the channel. I'm part of a beer guild. Basically, it's not a guild or anything. It's just a group of friends, and this is our excuse to meet up and have good beers and eat good food. Now that everyone's got kids, so this is a way to try and still hang out, even though times are busy. So we try to meet at least. The original way was every month, then it's every 2 months, and now it's like whenever we have time. I think we met in May last time, so it's been a long time. But yeah, we're sharing some beers. Well, everyone else is just drinking beer, but I brought beers to share because I have loads of awesome beers that's more fun to share than just sit and sip on my own. And this is another beer that I got from Beer Dome, so thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer. Great Dutch web shop. With a huge selection of beer, and it's kind of special, this one, because this is also a beer that's a collab with Spartacus. So this is a collab between Perennial in St. Louis and Spartacus, and this is Acai. I think Acai or Acai bowl. And the reason why that's special is because Spartacus, I think the only place they really sell it in Europe is through Beer Dome, because Beer Dome is the distributor and importer of Spartacus in Europe. So I'm looking forward to trying this because this has got a very Brazilian touch, just like the collab I did was with Cashews and Spartacus. And yeah, so I got this on Beer Dome, so thanks to Beer Dome for the beer. This is also, I think, maybe it's available, I'm not sure. Usually when these beers drop, they sell really quickly, but sometimes when it's barrel-aged stout with fruit, they stick around because this is with fruit. The Brazilian touch here is that it's made with acai, or is it acai berries? And then it's also got cashews and cacao nibs. It's 12.5%, and it's also barrel aged. It's been in, I think it was Weller, Wild Turkey Rye, and Buffalo Trace barrels. And acai berries are quite unique. They're a superfood. It's called acai bowl, by the way. I failed to mention that. But acai bowls are massive, I think, in like, I don't know if it's health food or like I think it's also more of a big thing in the States. And funny enough, actually, my brother-in-law was trying to make a company for a while where he would do acai bowls, but never just ended up doing it. But it's a big thing, acai bowls, apparently, where you have acai or acai and then like oats or like different things. And I guess that's what this is inspired by. That's why it's also got cashews and cacao nibs, because sometimes you have like granola and stuff like that, nuts on top of an acai bowl. I'm gonna say acai because I think that's what it's called. So I'm looking forward to trying this. Berries can be interesting in beers like this. The thing is with acai berries, they're very intense in flavor. They're almost like vinous, lots of like dark, deep berry notes. They're also acidic, as far as I remember. I've only had like acai, I guess puree really. I've only had like acai bowls where it's not like fresh berries. It's been like a pureed version and whatnot. But this will be fun to try nonetheless. So yeah, 12.5%, let's check it out. Pours a pitch black color in the glass. There was some light bleeding through. The head dissipated really quickly, but it was dark brown. Looked like a very nice Imperial Stout. Let's check out the aroma. The fruitiness of the acai is imminent, and I'm getting loads of vanilla. Like, almost like there's a little bit of it's like vanilla, raspberry, but also like a bit of like jammy blackcurrant kind of notes. You know what? It reminds me a bit of Jam the Radar in some extent from Bottle Logic. It's just like a much more deep berry note. There's so much berry quality to this, but it really complements actually the chocolate notes, and like I think people are not too into fruit and stouts. People want that like big fudgy expression, but there's some where it really works. I think Jam the Radar is one of the few, and this reminds me of that, just with more deep berry notes, almost like wine qualities, and loads of chocolate. And underneath there's lots of barrel too, but there's so much vanilla. It's almost like vanilla frosting notes. Underneath that there's a little bit of char. There's definitely some charry barrel. So much acai berry, like it smells, for sure smells like it's not the pure essence of the berry because there's so much vanilla as well. It almost smells like ice cream, almost like you did like a dark berry ice cream with Imperial Stout. Smells really good. Smells really unique, but really good. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks to Imperial for the beer. Whoa, that's got a huge mouthfeel. The aroma, oh, this is totally like fucking Moncherie. Wow, there's so much like cherry type vibes to this. And so much chocolate, so much like dark chocolate. And then like edges of bourbon and vanilla. It's a completely different flavor profile than what I expected from the aroma. It tastes so much like dark cherry to me, but it's more tannic. Also like blueberry notes. It's like a plethora of forest fruits. If you're in Europe and you've ever had Moncherie, it's like a black cherry or black chocolate with like black cherry liqueur and a cherry on the inside. It's almost like that in beer form, but with like bourbon flavor and vanilla and char. What's really interesting about this as well, this is the least like vanilla frosting marshmallowy of all the adjuncted perennial beers I've had as of late. It's sweet though, it's very rich and sweet, but it has like so much of that. There's also like maple type flavorings. It feels like a breakfast kind of stout. Like if you think like a stout with like oatmeal and maple and stuff like that, like coffee, but then with like berry notes and bourbon barrel. Lots of barrel too. Like it's charry, but like really, really vanilla forward. There's so much vanilla bourbony, fudgy notes. Again, a little bit of vanilla frosting vibes. But the berry notes on that, like you gotta love stouts with fruit because there's so much like black forest berry. There's almost like a bit of like, almost like black forest gâteau kind of vibes or something like, or like just like ganache with black, a plethora of like dark berries. It's a very unique berry flavor too. It's almost like a mix between like all the forest berries and then a bit of a wine-like quality. To be honest, I was scared if this would work, but I think it really works. It really reminds me of like a more complex berry version of something like Jam the Radar. Jam the Radar has very similar notes from Bottle Logic, but the depth of the berry flavor here is just more intense. In terms of a grade, I'm thinking like 93. It's like, usually I'm not too into like really sweet berry forward stouts, but this is actually really fucking good. This is doing it well. And I think there's a lot of people who's gonna like it more than me, especially if you're into the berry stuff. We got guests coming. Peter, did you?
Hello.
Peter, do you have your glass?
Oh, is it the master of hotness?
Yes. This is Peter.
Hello.
Peter, do you want to try some insanely intense flavored barrel-aged stout?
Oh, yes.
Did you bring your glass?
No. I'll bring my glass. Here it is.
Okay.
What you got for me?
I'm not going to tell you what I graded this yet. You're going to figure out yourself. So this is from Perennial, just like the other stout we had. But this is with Spartacus in Brazil. And to give it a Brazilian touch, it's brewed with Brazilian acai berries and cashews and chocolate.
All right.
And it's aged in 3 different bourbon barrels. I have a note here. I'm going to tell you what I think it tastes like when you have had a sip.
Oh. That's some kind of berry.
What if I tell you?
Kind of sweet berry.
Peter. Moncherie chocolates. You see that?
So cherry.
No, it's acai berry from Brazil. To me, this tastes like a mix of forest berries, but there's something with all the chocolate that reminds me of Moncherie chocolate.
To me, it's kind of like really sweet rhubarb.
Rhubarb?
Yeah. But it reminds me of those bolsha.
Candies. Oh,
yeah.
the rhubarb
red
hard
and,
candies.
and
Yellow ones with the red
yeah.
stripes.
It's kind of like that.
But if I say Moncherie chocolate, or like dark chocolates filled with like a berry filling, that's what I'm getting a lot of.
I don't think I ever had that.
It's grandma candy, so.
Oh, okay. This is really, really delicious.
Yeah, it's a dessert in a glass, and it's intense. There's also a lot of whiskey barrel flavor, but the thing is, like the berry and the chocolate is so intense on this. But what I think is unique about it is like the acai berry is like, it tastes like so many other berries. Like I don't know what acai berries really taste like. I've never eaten an acai berry.
Oh, me neither.
I've had like acai berry in a puree or ice cream, but to me it tastes like a mix of all the dark forest berries. Like there's like blueberry notes, there's like cherry, there's like all this stuff going on.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does. But rating-wise, this is at the top 90s somewhere.
You like it a lot?
Yeah, I do.
There's a lot of whiskey character to it as well, and chocolate. Now you want to rate it? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I'm just thinking where it's somewhere between 95 and 97. It's that good.
Peter really likes these stuff. These stuff. My English is getting so bad because I speak it so rarely. Peter really liked these stuffs. What was that? No, but you also loved Sump.
Compared to my English, so, yeah.
we shared Sump before this, so Plin is here.
Oh, it's been a while. Hello.
Yeah, but yeah, I brought some big barrel aged stouts to share. We had Sump before this. Now we're having this. This is actually the last barrel aged stout. So sorry for that, but
It's okay, Peter.
it's so good to hear.
It's good.
But this is really good. This is certainly last. But I think it's not for everyone because it's so fruity.
It's very, very forward, yeah.
Yeah.
I personally like it. I love it.
Yeah.
Because also when you have a pastry stout like this, it gets very sweet and very thick, and you need those
Something to cut it.
Something to cut it, yeah. And you have that kind of not sour but some fruity flavor that kind of cuts through. It makes sense. It works.
Do you like this one more than the coffee one?
Oh, that's hard.
I like the coffee one more myself.
Yeah.
Sump, but this is really good still.
It's hard to decide because it's so different.
Yeah, they're vastly different beers.
Well, I mean, the coffee one is very it all for helvede mit fucking engelsk. but it all goes together really well, and nothing sticks out.
Here the berries really
stick
stick out.
Sticks out, and it doesn't matter if you like it or not. I think it works very well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good but different.
That's a great final note.
Yeah.
It's good but different, looking away into the distance. But hey, we got a bonus guest here in the last few minutes of the episode. Thanks a ton for watching, guys. And thanks a ton to Beer Gnome for the beer. And thanks a ton for jumping in, Pete, and giving your thoughts on Acai Bowl by Perennial and Spartacus. We've got another big bottle I'm going to pop. But that's Belgian beer, and it's not barrel aged. So that's going to be either you hate it or love it, because I think some of the guys here do not. Well, Niklas loves Belgian beer, so he's maybe going to like it. Let's see.
Maybe he'll do a cameo.
But thanks a ton for watching, guys. Thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications. Blah, 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 all that social media jazz. We're going to say cheers. And people are commenting on my recent story about a barrel-aged barley wine I pulled out of barrels.
Got a story?
Yeah, it's because I pulled out my first ever barley wine from barrels after
we
30
all
months.
have a story.
Yeah, we do. Cheers, and see you in another beer review.
Cheers.